to the big house, Michigan Stadium. It's the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Wolverines offense who will have the football first. And here comes Andrew Marsh. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Bolitnikoff Awards. The tradition at the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. No fair catches here, looking for room. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So Fresno State's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that happening again this week, Dave?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him, mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press him and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times, because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
Here's a little room there. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Keeps it himself. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Martin back to pass. Right on the money. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Bulldogs have this offense rolling. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He breaks a tackle. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. On target over the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Dumps it off in the flats. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Finds him out of the backfield. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Smashes in between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. He fires a bullet to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Pulls it in. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. First down for this offense. They'll go back to the ground. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those center.
There's some room. Gets the ball right to the... line, and that'll be enough for a first down. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
And no matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. That's reeled in. It's Hansen.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
And most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. To the air, it's Underwood. Going to throw it over the top of the D. He put that one in harm's way, and it's swatted down.
Well, I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Underwood. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Snags a quick pass on the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Now on the move. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead as we get a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. On the run, it's Marshall.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They feed him again. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Play fake, Underwood. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Push down for the tackle.
Fourth down here, it's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the 3 ball gives us a tie.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Bringing it out. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Martin will throw it. Pocket breaking down. Trying to buy time. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on second and long.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Fires to the big fella. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. They think there's room to run to the right here. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Freeman. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. After that last completion, it's second down. Tries to do it himself on the draw. They get him down, but they'll mark it beyond the line to gain. It's first down, Fresno State. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
You know, strong safeties are known for their ability stopping the run, not so much in pass coverage or in rushing the passer, but that strong safety there showing you all of his ability.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. They'll try the counter, and they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Martin back to pass. Looking for a big play. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. Fresno State will have to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is textbook instructional videos. Out of bounds right around the goal line. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Rides the back and leaves it. He finds his way out to the 13-yard line, and they're out of trouble with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll ride the hot hand. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Nowhere close on that one, as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Looking for a crease. It's Marshall. Gets it out to the 20. That's not enough for the first down. 4th down coming. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Hold and finds his man on the left.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown on those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a play! It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Throwing, Underwood. That's caught. It's Hansen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 30. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Martin will throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And you got to feel good about where you're at on this field, man. The defense forces the turnover, sets you up so good. Now, the whole playbook is wide open. First down, they go with the pass. I would not be surprised if they turn right around here, try to get more physical, try to run the football, and try to capitalize on this field position.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Before this third down play, they're going to take a moment to think it over and call a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Meadow on the end zone, he's got it!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. And runs through another one. They make the stop. He's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Might as well give it to him again. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Ben, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin with a look at SMU taking on the Duke Blue Devils.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Martin back to pass. Under fire. And down he goes.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it in the half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
Fresno State will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Underwood on the play action. Throwing right. The sure hands. It's Marshall. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on second down, no problem for them.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Going to the run, it's Marshall. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. on the ground with the counter. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Plucks it out of the air. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. The Wolverines go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wolverines. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards, and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. It's complete on the right side. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Bulldogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The sure hands, it's Freeman. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Martin will throw it. Here's a heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Grab near the sticks. It's Freeman. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. And the Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. Wants to throw again. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And here in the 3rd quarter, it is still a tie ball game. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Here's Underwood to throw. Gets it out quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
From the gun, running back on the move. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about shipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Lets it fly. He's got the tight end. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. The give to the left side. Maybe a crease. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They take the lead here in the second half.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Here comes the heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it and they get that turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go right back to the run. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Martin back to pass. Rushes on him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! And now the lead is even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Holly, what update do you have for us?
Guys, here on the Michigan sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnover.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Play action with Underwood. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in.
Could be an alley. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Marsh. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Leaves it with the back. Makes it past the marker. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the... They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Off play action. Fires to the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Martin will throw it. Takes the easy one to the back. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Fresno State will have to punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Bearcats will be made just inside his own 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Running back searching for a hole. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Underwood. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better game.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Fires to the right. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Fresno State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that. But your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. This is what you do in the backyard. You never do it in the middle of the game. It's always final drive, clock winding. Got to have a score. Offense down one possession. Give to the running back. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They go play action. Bryce Underwood finds his man. It's Hansen. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Wolverines will have it first and 10. They're going back to the ground. Got enough for the first. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Deep shot for the end zone. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.